Hello there. I don't really know if this is the right time for this. So I turned it on. I picked one of my favorite video toys. That's me! And we'll see. My heart is so full lately. It's kind of amazing. And yet, I'm still betwixt and between many things, sort of. Or, on the one hand, and exploring the solidness on the other. And I'm looking at that. It's very interesting. It really is. There's so much of an unsteadiness to mind, an unstableness. That's what doubt is. That's what unsureness is. You know, do we need more of this, less of that? Are we wrong to choose this way instead of that way? And it's just endless. Is it enough of this? Should it be less? Blah, blah, blah. And then I'm looking at this otherness that is just, well, it's not the absence of all of that. And it's not the fullness of all of that. I don't know what it is. It's just very solid. There's such a steadiness. Maybe it's the emptiness blossoming or something. I don't really know. But you guys know by now, I do hope, not to look to me for knowledge. I don't offer any of that. Besides, there's so much of that out there everywhere. Go get it if you want it. It's there. You can weed through it and pick through it. You can even use what's offered here to help you do that by centering and anchoring in heart. And that way, as you weed through all of the stuff, Lord knows there's plenty of stuff, you can, well, be better connected with your inner self. Your inner self will provide guidance for you like you never had before. Yeah, brings a lot of happiness and fulfillment. That's nice, you know, it's okay. It's just that there's a seekingness in that is no longer here, at least not nearly so much. It's interesting. I've spent, oh, I don't know, I guess thousands of hours listening. I like listening. And you know my favorite teachers by now, and so there's plenty of recordings out there. And you know, you can Google and do it that way, or you can torrent. And I've done a fair amount of torrenting. When I get to feeling full with all the lectures and videos I already had, I'd go put in some of my favorite names and Google for torrents and get some more. Kind of funny. Lately, when I look at that, I've even opened up the torrent window and there was nothing to type in. No desires, no questions, no need for any particular teacher or teaching. I couldn't find anything at all that I wanted. Interesting, huh? Very strange. We change so much. Again and again. We find that we're a new person, a new being, a new something that we're not so well acquainted with. It's a lot of fun. It throws you off a good bit, but you get used to that. That becomes the norm. And it makes you more responsive, more fluidic, more easily able to flow with it. You just stay centered in heart and let yourself be danced. Interesting. Okay. Anything else I have to offer? I feel like there's something in there. I'm not quite sure what it is. Oh, okay, there is one thing that came to me lately, and it's this. There are many people that we run into by running into their work on the net. And there are websites and lectures and teachers and channelers and a goodly portion of that, along with the muck. I mean, I guess porno is still the greatest use of the internet by numbers. And, you know, we don't do that though. Okay, so back to the spiritual teaching stuff. It's just this. If your heart leads you to that, then you do that. Ignore everything and anything that's said by everyone and anyone if your heart doesn't go with it. You got to follow your heart. That's number one, okay? And if it's leading you to pursue this or that, don't care what I say. You know, follow your heart. That's what's going to make your life click for you. Okay, now that being said, if you are one that goes out and searches widely, you Google things and you're open to listen to most anything from kind of anyone, well, exercise some caution, okay? I just want to say to you that if you search widely like that, then it's guaranteed some of those ones you listen to are imposters of light. And you'll find they might say all the right words, or most of them, and no one is perfect. Okay, so you'll hear everything right, and if you're not in contact with your heart, you won't hear the other message that's coming from within. The heart knows things that the head never could, never can, never will. And the heart is the source of your power, your guidance, connection with higher self, everything that's wonderful and wondrous. We make contact with through there. I'm not saying it resides there. I'm just saying that's a contact point. I don't know. Anyway, just be cautious, okay? Because a lot of these imposters, well, you know, they're working through people that aren't aware of it. They aren't fully connected up yet themselves. Have you heard of the enlightened ego? I think I might have first heard Adyashanti use that term, but I guess it's fairly common in use out there. Egos want to become enlightened. And a lot of people on the spiritual path, that's what they have. They have an enlightened ego. And they don't know it yet. But persistence pays off. Even if you're walking around with an enlightened ego, never fear. Just be persistent and follow your heart. That's right. That'll do her. Nothing to fear. Never, 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 never have fear. Doesn't do any good. All fear does is cut you off from your heart. No good. No good. Okay, so just be aware that maybe some or even many of those ones in your favorites there, those ones that you're trusting, maybe they aren't worthy of that trust. Just something to consider. So be cautious. Okay, in yourself, watch for enlightened ego, and in others. All right, so we have the ones that, for instance, haven't gotten clear of the ego.